The plan for today is to make it to the 11 a.m. ferry from Matnog Port in Sorsogon to Dapdap Port in northern Samar, and then immediately take off for eastern Samar using the coastal route.
So much wasted time. We're still gonna try to get on the boat.
Okay, stand by the Coast Guard, and we gotta go.
You are now leaving the island of Luzon. We did it. I'm so happy. Welcome to Samar. Welcome to Visayas.
Ang pwede dyan yung mga these repair glue for that.
Okay, Vismin Loop officially begins. We've got a still long riding today, but we feel good. We've only had junk food and no coffee, but we'll be okay. We should be at our place around 7 p.m. I hope. Okay, so to let you know what we're up to in Samar, we are taking the entire eastern seaboard route to avoid Maharlika Highway so that we get better road quality and better views at the cost of a longer ride. I think it's gonna be worth it, and I'm excited about this little gem I found. It's 5 hours away in Oras, which I only ever heard of because one of my subscribers here told me, I think, that he's from there. So yeah, I think we're gonna enjoy some good coastal views, although we're in a little bit of a hurry so that we don't ride too long at night and we get a good rest for our ride around the end of Samar, the eastern seaboard, and back around to Tacloban. Pure tropical light and green. Some good riding. Oh man, what a welcome experience. You hop off the boat and then it's these awesome riding roads. Woo! Wow, grabe. Welcome to Samar. So there have been very few proper restaurants along the route. Barely seen any. I don't recall seeing one apart from the ones across the one-stop shop in Matnog. There's the sea. We're rounding out the northeast corner, and now we're gonna start heading east. The road is as good as advertised. If it weren't so hot, this would just be super good riding. I mean, this is good riding. It's just really hot. Get a load of this.
This is where I start to notice that LDS temples are everywhere across the entire country. You have to admire the commitment.
Okay, got some gas, and now we're finally gonna have lunch.
I'm proud to announce that this is our first cheap meal of the trip. It's 230 pesos for 2 people. We got our bistec and our 2 rice. But I mean, cheap isn't what it used to be though, huh? Like 230. I've expected to pay much less than that before. Oh, that's a good idea. Masarap! Legit.
They have yung timpla nila is a little sweet, which I like. Sweet na medyo thick yung
So with this, sarap bigla.
yeah, with this chili. Nice. Sarap makahanap ng ganito.
It's a pretty good meal, huh?
I always take note of where the big towns and cities along the route are for 2 reasons. Either they're a sure place to get food, drinks, and gas, or they're places to avoid so we don't get stuck in traffic. In this case, Catarman in northern Samar was the only major town for hundreds of kilometers along this route, with 275 kilometers between it and Borongan City in eastern Samar.
Yeah, yun na yun. Pedicab na mukhang kalesa. Oh, not here. Next pa. Oo nga, yeah. It's an extended swing arm Rusi Macho. The China Barako.
Anyway, we're soon out of Catarman and back on these empty coastal roads, which I'm told are so much better than the usual Maharlika highway route.
Oh my gosh, I've lost count of how many times I've tried to shift into 6th gear. You'd think by now I know, but I still don't. Okay, so basically, I did not expect this, but this is supposed to be a very short ferry crossing just ahead, like 9 kilometers away, that I didn't research, and I don't know if there's gonna be like, you know, like a line or if we have to pay. So we'll just ride over there, suss it out to see if it's okay. Otherwise we'll take the long cut through the mountains.
Soon, though, we would find out that Google Maps isn't exactly reliable in places like this.
Okay, let's see what it says on the sign up ahead. Okay, nothing, no indication of needing to take the ferry, so let's see. So this is where we turn if we're not gonna take the ferry. But what I'm hoping is that there's actually already some kind of bridge. This is a dead end, I think. But I think, no, let's see if we can turn here. Yeah, there's the bridge. Can we? Let me see. No, let's turn around. I don't think there's a link to the bridge. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I mean, the bridge doesn't even look that new. So that's so strange that it should still show the ferry. Okay, then let's see. Oh wait, is there? Wait, eto pala yung. Hindi, ito yung ferry. Okay, so wait. Wait a minute. Really? I don't think so. There's no sign of anything here. Okay, no. I think we have to there's nothing here. So that's so weird. Okay. Yeah, so we have to go back. There's nothing here. Google Maps is wrong, as it can be in places like this. Okay, so we're gonna go back because the alleged ferry might not exist, and there's no even indication that, you know, that there's a ferry. So weird. Okay, so we are now going to the correct road route, I assume. So it adds about 20 kilometers, but it actually cuts down the travel time by like 20 plus minutes. So this is just a weird Google Maps foible, I think. And I will ask around after this if there is actually a ferry to be had.
Let me show you the source of confusion. If you don't look closely at the map, which I didn't, the road seems to just follow the north coast the whole time. However, Lawang is effectively a separate island because, as you can see from the gap in the yellow lines, there are no bridges spanning the river mouths on either side of it, thus requiring a long detour through the rugged interior of northern Samar. I did find one Facebook post from a foreigner who appears to have used a bangka, that you can barely call a ferry, to cross on his ADV 160. It doesn't look like something I'd like to do on two big bikes. However, this detour would provide some of the most fun riding of the day while still cutting our projected travel time.
Toby just made an observation that the whole time we've been riding here, we have not seen a single billboard. And, you know, if you're coming from Manila or one of the biggest cities, that's weird and actually quite pleasant. But today's riding has been and continues to be quite good. come such a long way from home, and it's so nice to experience traveling through here. Oh my god, such tropical beauty. Electric greens and the blues and jump. The road up ahead, look at how steep it is. There's like a strip of gray, you can see it. So these mountains will take us back to the coast, I think. Down we go. Whee! Oh, so lush. Layers upon layers. Roller coaster. Wow! This is such lovely riding. Oh my goodness. By the way, guys, sorry if we're not getting as many like drone shot overviews of the road, because just we're really much more pressed for time this time around, and a lot of the days will be like this leading up to Mindanao because of having to compress my schedule a little bit to just get this done.
Soon, though, the good roads end, and we have some fun, rough roads in the hills to get through. Terrible for most vehicles, but fun on the KLR.
Pseudo off-road. Look at these corrugations. Bouncing everybody around. Oh, that's proper steep. Can you imagine what this was like before it was paved? These guys are on the wrong side of the road. Oh wow, that's a pretty bad road. Oh, this is so beautiful. Spectacular riding. That was fun. I really enjoyed the pseudo off-road part. I don't know if this is another Google Maps shortcut, because it took us off the main road again. Yeah, my Chigee is telling me to take a break. That probably means we've ridden like 1.5 hours, 2, maybe 1.5. Tobes, parang ano yun, AI girlfriend. Oh yeah, here we are. 108 kilometers to go. Excuse me. Oh, it's a bunny! Oh, sharp right after the crest, Tobes. Whoa. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is Pacific Coast Highway Samar Edition. Climbing back up. Toby just summed it up and he said, like, my face hurts from smiling because this riding is so freaking good. Even with the wet road and everything, and the patches of bad road, because don't feel like nothing on our bikes. It's even fun. And what the heck is that? It's like a pinnacle of rock. Oh my god. Grabe ka na, Samar. You are too much. And nobody goes here. That's the thing. Because it's so freaking far away. Like the mile signposts, we're like 818 kilometers from Manila, from mile 0. And you'd have these like... Grabe. Woo! I guess we're going right. Yes, we are. Whoa! Oh my god, grabe. wild. Woo! That is something else. And now look at this dive down. Grabe. 10 out of 10. So again guys, Toby was just saying that, you know what also makes this so rewarding is that to ride your own bike here coming from Manila, you have to work for it the way we worked for it. And it's just, I mean, part of what makes it so good, right, is the fact that it's so hard to get to, so it's mostly empty. But the reward is 10 out of 10 riding. Oh, so amazing. Okay, looks like we're at a stretch of like a resort or campsite area. To everyone who suggested that I pass here, thank you. Hindi pa talaga. Just keeps going and going. More of this? Come on. Okay, now we're going through a series of steep, sweeping corners. Okay, so it's making us turn here, so it's good a place as any to take a break. Oh, it's just a shortcut, but it ends up in the same place. But it's, yeah, we can quickly hydrate. Yeah, it doesn't actually matter if we go left or right. This is just slightly shorter. Ooh, there's quite a bit of twisty road left. Okay, we've just emerged on a wide coastal plain, but I checked the map and we have a significant stretch of twisties ahead of us, in the middle of which is going to be our hotel. This is the Northern Samar, Eastern Samar boundary. So we are now exiting Northern Samar, entering Eastern Samar. I really like these coastal towns that just dot the corners of the road. Seems so peaceful. I feel good, I feel good. A little tired, but I feel good. How are you, Tobes? Last 10 Ks. Wow, this is it, boy. Wow, there's a lot of people here. Oh, it's full. Is it full? I think we should be able to park. It's like a proper big bike there. 612, well 610 really. 399.3 kilometers. 3838 on the odometer. That was not as hard as day 1 or day 8, but it was still hard. I mean, like, tiring, not hard, just long.
Dinner of champions. Let's get to it.
This is not easy to get to. It takes so long to get here. We traveled 900 kilometers from Manila, but oh man, super happy about today's ride. Did push it a little bit. 400 kilometers is a lot again, but the rides will be getting shorter next couple of days before getting long again in Mindanao. So we're gonna rest up because there's not gonna be back-to-back rest days for the next few days. But you know, we have a long ferry crossing from to Surigao, so I think we'll maintain the pace, and then I'll see how I'll manage the schedule once we get through Mindanao because there's so much to see.
Our third day of riding the Vismin Loop. 8:15 a.m. start. Odometer 3,838. Zeroed out the trip meter. And we're ready to go. Okay guys, so today we're rounding out the entire coast of Eastern Samar on our way to Tacloban. Let's get after it. Good morning, Eastern Samar. Let's go, let's go. Woo! So it's actually Monday rush hour in Eastern Samar, and we are riding through quite a dense looking town, Dolores, and we're just riding past the town hall. Wow, you go Dolores. I really have so much curiosity about what determines the presence, existence of large towns amidst like long stretches of not much. Welcome to Taft. This is a town in Eastern Samar named Taft. That's so interesting. Basically starting from Oras, it's town after town. Hindi na siya kasing isolated. Or it's also like the difference between Eastern Samar and Northern Samar, which again is probably geography. Back on open coastal road for now. What's that? Why has it been? Is that for landslide or mining? City of Borongan. And now look at the roads. Boom. Oh, may McDo dito. Toby, is it time? This is giving me vibes now, Puerto Galera. You can see the golden arches and all the trappings of a city. My friends, we are in real actual traffic. What a shock coming from yesterday. I don't know anything about the history, but this city feels like it's been here for a long time. Yeah, like, oh, this is a beautiful old wooden house right at the corner of the bridge. It must have been something back in the day, house by the river. It's like the city limit for Borongan. Woo! We are now in Canada. Where are we? Kamada.
After over 3 hours of riding non-stop, we finally have our first food of the day at a sari-sari store run by this sweet lady. Wish I could remember her name, but for some reason the clip has no audio, so I lost my reference.
Okay, we're now turning right. If we go straight, this takes us further east onto Calikoan, but we are not going there today. That's where Rai's is resort in Casa Naala. No, she's not. They had to extend to Manila. That's why we're not staying with them. We're now turning west, which will eventually take us into Leyte and Tacloban. Sights have changed immediately upon turning westward. Such a sudden change of scenery. Okay, we are in Balangiga and soon approaching where the famous Balangiga bells are.
Balangiga is the picture of a quiet town these days. But in 1901, during the Philippine-American War, the Americans were starving the populace here to force an end to Filipino resistance. So on the morning of September 28, 1901, as US soldiers ate breakfast, a church bell rang and the townspeople emerged in a surprise attack. 48 Americans were killed, 2/3 of the garrison, including all of the commissioned officers. In retaliation, General Jacob H. Smith infamously began a 6-month campaign of killing and burning, ordering any Filipino male above 10 years old to be shot, and to turn Samar, in his words, into a howling wilderness. These church bells were taken as war trophies shortly after, and only returned to Balangiga in 2018. It was in fact the smallest of the bells that was used to signal the attack.
We got some real rain. Of course, you know, just what it's supposed to be. Finally, the easy, short ride. We get our first real proper shower. And of course, 2 minutes later, we're almost out of the rain. You can see blue skies up ahead. So it's such a conundrum whether put on the rain gear for 2 minutes so that you'll be dry, or put up with the rain so that you won't be hot. And it's completely dry. And I'm standing up to dry off my crotch. And raining again. Just gotta embrace it. And then the rain stopping again, so this is really not rain gear weather. This is, you have to accept what nature is giving. This is getting ridiculous. This is now the 4th time, I think, the 4th cycle of rain, and then no rain, and then rain. And it's just repeating. But look at, oh my god. Woo! I hope you guys can see it. I would shoot a drone shot if it weren't raining. What is this? Woo! Crazy. You don't usually... Oh my god. Southern limestone pinnacles out of nowhere, and again on the sea, and completely dry. I'm so confused. Wow, what is this area? It's all the limestone. Wild. Look at this. It's like Palawan-like. Yeah, the limestone formations here, incredible. Crazy landscape. Okay, I can't help it, Natobs. Like, we gotta stop.
This is Marabut Samar, and based on searches, very little is known about it to outsiders. Maybe for once, we've stumbled on an actual hidden gem.
Holy water, filling up your top floor. All you wanted was a love moon. It's gonna be a cold one. We don't bother.
But here come the rains again. It's time to continue on to the island of Leyte.
Here we go. Guys, this is it. The famous San Juanico Bridge. Officially crossing over into Leyte. Goodbye, Samar. Thank you for the beautiful ride.
The 50-year-old San Juanico Bridge was, for most of its existence, the longest bridge spanning a body of water in the Philippines. Although it no longer holds that title, it's still an icon of the region, with its distinctive S-shape and for being the sole road link between the major islands of Samar and Leyte. While a new and longer bridge is reportedly being planned to allow for its rehabilitation, San Juanico is likely to remain as the most famous bridge in the country.
And guys, that's it. Welcome to Tacloban City, our next official checkpoint on the Philippine Loop. Heck yes. Why can't I? Di ko maatras. Maupay nga pag-abot ha syudad han Tacloban. Sorry for butchering your language, but I tried.
Right next to a mall too.
Get a load of the neighborhood where our place is. Alright, ending time 4 p.m. and 279.1 kilometers. Done.
It is 11:47 a.m., 4,117 kilometers on the odometer. It is a sweltering hot start, noontime start today in Tacloban City. We better get going before we melt. We're on our way to Maasin Port to finally cross on the fast cut to Surigao and arrive in Mindanao.
Oh, incredibly hot. So I think the secret to motorcycle touring in this kind of heat is a passage, to quote the passage mentioned in the movie Annie Hall. Super niche for some of you. And it just talks about how sharks need to keep moving so that they can breathe. In the same way, you have to keep moving to survive the heat, or else what you have is a dead shark. Yeah, it's a nice boardwalk.
As it turns out, we were riding by a monument to a pivotal moment in World War II, the MacArthur Leyte Landing Memorial. MacArthur's return to the Philippines led to the world's largest naval battle in terms of gross tonnage sunk. It's hard to imagine these now peaceful waters being the site of so much carnage.
Okay, we're turning left onto Maharlika Highway, back on Route 1. Welcome to the Eastern Nautical Highway.
Today's ride is our shortest, a mere 180 kilometers from Tacloban to Maasin Port in Southern Leyte, hence our noontime start. We want to catch the 6 p.m. ferry to Surigao. Hoping for a better experience this time than at Matnog, though I was assured by our Fastcat port manager that it would be simpler.
The riding through Leyte is really, really easy. Big contrast from Samar. Like these big wide roads, so many establishments, whereas in Samar we could barely find a place to eat. And that's not a knock on Samar, it's just an interesting contrast. Of course, a big part of it has to be geography, because if you look at the map like Google Earth, the entire interior of Samar is just rugged hills. So the geography doesn't seem to favor having much there. And here in Leyte with the road network, I'm sure we could have explored so much, especially Southern Leyte. But I do have a schedule and a budget to keep, and fortunately it's not that hard to fly here and hopefully figure out the transport situation elsewhere. But like I said, the whole intention for this loop is to get a tiny taste of everything and see what would be the best places or the most exciting places to come back for some real exploration. And Toby and I were discussing, like, if we had to do this again, what bikes would we take? And there'd be like two ways to go about it. One is like, you do the whole thing again, but take a GS for maximum comfort and more power. Or on the flip side, take like a KLX 230 Sherpa and take your time and go into the unknown back roads, little trails, and really explore more of the interior part past the highways. At least I know that I won't run out of potential content and places to see right here at home. Oh, this stretch is very reminiscent of many other stretches we've seen on this trip, with your wide highway and your green mountains at the back. Shut up! It's just perfect S-curve after perfect S-curve. Another one coming up. Oh boy, baby. What a day of riding. Shortest riding day, but not lacking in road bliss. And very excited to get to our next destination. There's so many of these huge sweepers. Oh my god. And now look, bigger mountains full of trees. Unbelievable, just verdant island hill views. Yeah, this is so cool because unlike in the north, like, we just have no idea what kind of roads we're gonna find. So every discovery really feels like one. Whoa, 4-lane blacktop. There it is. Wow! Oh my god, it's so tall! Woo! Jesus! Help me, Lord. That is a tall bridge. Nakakalula. Look at that. Like, my knees are getting weak looking down at this canyon. Oh my. Ilang view, may song number pa sa likod. Wait a minute. Oh my god, after only 4,000 kilometers, my rear tire is like almost gone. Unbelievable, 4,000 kilometers on this slow bike. Looks like I'll need a new rear tire in Jensan.
Anyway, I'll have to look into that later. For now, feast your eyes on Agas-Agas Bridge in Sogod, Southern Leyte. This has been on my list for years. With a height of 89 meters, it's the tallest bridge in the Philippines. When it was launched, it had an active zip line and there was talk of bungee jumping, which is why you have these platforms in the middle, along with paragliding, downhill skate, and other extreme sports. But all those plans and attractions seem to have been abandoned, and for what reason, I have no idea. There's still a visitor center with a spacious parking lot on the other side, but it's merely a rest stop now.
Wow. We are in Maasin. Views all the way to the end. You got these jagged hills to the right. They look like limestone. So we're in Maasin town proper. Oddly, in terms of vibes, it kind of reminds me of like the other destination beach towns I've been to, even though this isn't a destination beach town. Like, it reminds me of like Puerto Galera or like Coron town. Yeah, it's like a proper city. Oh, look at the water. Is this a burger place? Oh, almost ate it. Wow! Oh, there's our vessel. So I don't even have to go to the port to get my drone shot. Awesome, I'm so happy. Whew, guys, welcome to Maasin. And there is our beautiful fast cat vessel all alone and waiting for us. And it doesn't look hectic at all. Nice. Hello ma'am, please introduce yourself para makita mo sarili mo sa vlog.
Welcome to Maasin City, sir.
Hello, hello. Thank you for your warm welcome.
April, sir. April.
April, okay.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for your warm welcome to Maasin.
Thank you, sir. My favorite color is blue.
Good choice, ma'am. Thank you, thank you. That blue is for you, ma'am,
That
April.
is Taurus. Ang favorite color of Taurus is blue.
Thank you to my translator.
Maasin City is, in fact, the capital of Southern Leyte and its largest city. The place already had established communities before its formal establishment as a Jesuit parish in the 1700s. According to some sources, the name comes from an incident in which, quote, some Spaniards who needed drinking water scanned the shorelines and found Canturing River. They asked the natives in Castilian Spanish while gesturing towards the river, ¿Qué pueblo es este? What town is this? Without hesitation, the natives answered Maasin, meaning salty, thinking that the Spaniards were asking them how the water tasted. In modern times, the city's proximity to Cebu, Bohol, and Mindanao has made it a prosperous regional trade center. From my perspective, its seaside karst landscape suggests more potential for tourism as well. For today though, it's just our jump-off point to Mindanao. Unlike in Matnog, here, all we need to do is visit the ticketing office a block away from the port, and everything else will be handled at the port.
Okay guys, so we got our tickets to the ferry, so next stop is to the port. We got our Port Authority and Coast Guard done, and then we will be on the ferry fast cat to Surigao.
Here are the ferry rates for your reference.
Okay, time to finally head to the port. Okay, we gotta take our checkpoint photos right here before we enter. Sir. Okay, so that's our first step here. And they're just logging our bikes, and I suppose the next is with Port Authority. Time for PPA. They say it's over here. So this is just a waiting terminal. People are seated inside. Okay, so we're still looking around where the first step is for Port Authority. Okay, it's like 11 pesos. Okay, this is where we are. Hello, hello. Kamusta? So, ready na po kayo sa Viva Max?
Ready na.
Wag ganyan, wag ganyan. Next stop, Coast Guard. Okay, Coast Guard stamp. Thank you, sir. That's it. Thank you, sir. All right, my beautiful viewers, we are now ready to get on the boat, but not before we give our nice PPA staff some stickers because they were so cool and fun. Pasado sa vibe check. Let's get on that there boat. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful afternoon. Absolutely perfectly stunning afternoon.
Maasin Port was a breeze, and we're in high spirits for our longest sea voyage of the journey.
On to our longest ferry crossing. This should be something. So glad to be doing it on a fast cat vessel. We're gonna get our bikes lashed down and proceed upstairs. This is a sunset start to the cruise. This is a proper long crossing, 4 hours, so we'll have a long time to rest. You know, we'll probably get to the hotel around midnight, and we have to leave at like 6 or 7 a.m. en route to Bukidnon tomorrow. It's gonna be a good trip. So it's goodbye to the Visayas for now. We'll be back in a few days. Oh, wow, what a wonderful experience. Thank you, Visayas. We are officially in Mindanao. Wowee. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. Okay. Okay. Port of Surigao. Another ferry crossing done. And it's just 8 minutes, or probably less, to our hotel. Okay guys, ending time 11:25 p.m. Odometer 4,300 kilometers. Trip meter 183.3. Of all the places we've ridden by, this is definitely the one I feel worst about just passing through.